In this video, I'm going to talk about the things you can do at home to prepare for a competition. So normally around 2 or 3 weeks before a competition, I'll check out the event list and figure out what events are being held at that competition, and then from that list, I'll determine what events I need to practice. Between that time and the competition, I'll only do practice for those specific events. So for example, if a competition has 2x2, 3x3, 4x4, one-handed pyramids and scube, or something like that, then I'll probably select, for example, 3x3, one-handed and 4x4, and practice those. If your goal is to perform well in competition, then it doesn't make too much sense to, for example, practice Megaminx in the lead up to a competition where it isn't being held. Another important thing is that for people learning algorithm sets, if you want to perform as well as possible, it's probably a good idea to take a break and stop learning algorithms in the lead up to a competition. Because of the increased pressure in competitions, it's far more likely that you'll either incorrectly execute or completely forget an algorithm that you've only recently learned. So ideally, you should be comfortable and confident with your algorithms and finger tricks before competition. Because the competition is a completely different environment, many people get nervous when they go to compete because they're not used to solving in that sort of setting. However, there's one thing I like to do at home to try and mitigate this to some extent, and that's essentially to pretend like you're a competition, but at home. You can do this by simulating a competition environment as best as possible and just do discrete averages of 5 over and over again. This is something I've been doing for years and I think it's quite useful. Basically, at competitions, the timing in between your solves is completely different. You don't get to use your main cube in between solves, you have to use a stack mat, and there are other factors at play as well. If you can try and replicate this sort of environment and setting at home, even if it's not perfect, it will never be perfect, but that will make you a little bit more comfortable and prepared in your official solves. The other thing that can be useful for some people is to have some sort of pre-solve routine. Now, it doesn't need to be complicated or long, it can even just be one thing, but this is something that you should do at the start of every solve or at the start of every official attempt in competition to try and relax yourself and calm yourself down. Before going to a competition, you want to practice this routine at home to make it automatic. The other thing you can do to try and replicate some of the pressure of an audience is to do solves in front of other people and get other people to watch you. The last tip is just common sense, but make sure you pack all your stuff in the night before the competition so you don't have to rush or potentially forget anything in the morning. You can make yourself a list of things that you bring to every competition so you don't forget. So for example, I bring my cubes, my backup cubes, my camera, stickers, lubricant, a screwdriver, and a snack and a water bottle. Those are the main things that I bring to every comp. In the next video, I'm going to talk about some things you can do at the competition itself to try and relax yourself, have fun, and solve better.